So I did have a third cathedral shot in mind that I was going to do with the same lighting setup with just a couple of modifications, but I was browsing through my stock footage and I found another image that is actually an exterior shot that we can use the exact same lighting setup, but we're just going to change the balance of the light a little bit. So right now our highlights are at the back of the image and we're kind of lighting forward with softer light around the front. The second image that I have, what we're going to do is keep everything the same. I pulled off the grid on the large softbox, so we have a really soft wraparound light. And we're basically going to load the light on the image from the right, moving softer to the left. So we're just going to walk through the image analysis of that, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So this was my original choice here, but I did move over to this image here. I find that the lines are really pleasing, and I like the way that it looks. So the light source in this case is the sun, and it's coming from the top down, and it's really diffused. Light direction. Once again, top down, it's moving very gently to the right. We have a lot of bounce light going on from the ground and other parts of the stone. So the quality of the light means that I'm going to be using a large softbox to create that large soft light experience. I'm going to make sure that I have another light behind her on this shoulder so that we fill in the shadows there. I don't want that to be dark. And then, of course, to the other side of her, I'm going to have my fill light and that little tiny strip light just to fill in those shadows very gently. So we're basically looking at these pillars here, and we're going to emulate that light on her body. So the light temperature is daylight. There's not any competing stuff going on. We have a little bit of green color cast coming from the grass, but I'm not too concerned about it. It's a yellow dress, so if I wanted to add just like that little bit very gently, I don't have to worry about lighting that. I can just do that in post. Lens identification, this was shot with a 16 to 35 millimeter lens. I'm going to continue shooting with the 40. It's been working really nicely with the other images, and I think it's going to work really well here. Next is going to be subject placement, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to place her right around here. Now, I may move her around later, but I think that because the lighting source is so large and soft, I'm going to have a lot of flexibility on where I can put her, so long as I keep that value of light kind of loaded a little bit more to the right side and moving to the left of the shot. So we're looking at these shots here. I'm definitely going to open up Capture One again. I'm going to pull open that file. Wherever I put it, there we go. Going to drag that into Capture One, and now we're going to see our image here. I'm going to scale it back so I can get the size kind of closer to what I'm looking for, and scale it. So I really like this placement of where she is. I do realize that this light is not entirely accurate, but it is really close. So when I'm looking at this light here, one thing I'm noticing though is that this highlight is a little tiny bit strong. I don't necessarily want that highlight on her shoulder anymore, but I do want light there. So I'm going to turn it down about half a stop just so it is no longer a highlight, but it's also not really a very dark shadow. I don't want to crush any shadows in this because there's no harsh shadows in here. I do want just a little bit more wraparound light on her face, which is why we've pulled off all the grids, so the light is going to bounce around a lot more. But I mean, even still, right now we're looking really close, so this is a really good sign. So let's take a couple of shots and see how this looks. Alrighty, David, we'll get you in there. Awesome. So this image was taken from a slightly taller angle, so it might take me a couple frames to really kind of dial this in, but I am definitely going to get her to pose even though it's a lighting test shot, because every now and then, especially if my lighting is already set up, sometimes the first shot is exactly what I'm looking for. So let's bring your hands up just nice and gently. Good. Yeah. And head this way. Yeah, remember, I want your profile. Yeah, gorgeous. And let's lean back just a teeny bit. There we go. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty. Oh, that was really pretty. Well done, well done. Excellent fabric throwing. The angle's pretty close as well, which I like. Let's do something similar to that. 1, 2, 3. Gorgeous. Nice, let's tip your face just a little bit more towards me and just split the difference. Yeah, there we go, gorgeous. And let's just pull one hand just out like, oh my God, I'm running places. Because that's the only way we run in those things, is ridiculously. Gorgeous, turn your head that way though, just a little bit more. Good, turn your shoulders a little bit more too, other way, beautiful. Awesome. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. We have a little too much shadow going on your cheek there. When you turn your face towards me, we're getting a little bit too much shadow, so I'm going to get you to back up a little bit more. That way what's going to happen is we're going to have that softbox bouncing a lot more light around her face. Did we turn down that strip light in the corner there? Do you mind turning it down just a little bit further, please? So I'm just looking at this and I noticed that the highlight still from that strip box in the back is a little bit high, so I just want to turn that down a bit more. Gorgeous. Let's see here. Just give me some stuff. You know what you're doing. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, David, I may have shot that a little too soon. Actually, that worked out. Happy accidents. So I really like the way this light is looking. David, I'm going to get you to turn down that fill just a tiny bit and the V-flat, half stop. What's happening right now is I'm getting just a little bit too much fill on the bottom of the dress. So I can handle that in post-production with a little dodge and burning, but I'm going to see if I can get a little closer with the lighting. Beautiful. Give me something gorgeous. 1, 2, 3. Shot that too late. Let's try that one more time, sorry. A little bit nicer fingers. Yeah, we'll turn your wrist just a little bit. Yeah, just turn it, yeah, gorgeous. And just bend it. Yeah. Bend your elbow just a tiny bit for me too, please. Thank you. Good. And turn your shoulders away just a bit more, other way. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Nice. Beautiful. Let's take 5 more frames. So I like where this is sitting. Give me some stuff. We're definitely going to keep you facing towards that large light.